Alright everyone, it's been a long time since I've done a good interior cleaning and I needed a good muse. And luckily for me, my family is not quite as crazy as I am. You know, they get to live a much better life than I do, but this obsession, you know, requires me to at least periodically go and dial in. So if you didn't watch the wash and talk, I just washed this last night, and I figured I'd wait for the next day. It's really hard for me to shoot by myself an interior video. So I want to do a nice, I wouldn't call it an interior detail, but let's do a nice interior clean out together and show you, procedurally what I do. But before I do that, I did want to air up the tires. I got a what do you call it? TPMS sensor. It's colder here in Central Florida. And I don't have an air compressor here at this house. So if you don't have an air compressor like I don't, I would highly recommend this puppy. We have these in stock. We have this in the store. It's super helpful if you buy it from us. I really appreciate it if you would. But this is the M18 tire filler. And I think that the tire pressure recommendation on these is 45 or 48. 48 PSI front and rear. So let me show you how this thing works. So my general maintenance plan is to, dedicate some time to, the family vehicles, the ones that I don't spend much time in. And so they, my daughter is 9 years old and she's still a little bit messy. And my son's gotten much better as he's gotten older. There's some obsessive tendencies in there. He likes things organized and clean. My wife is, like everybody's wife, I think. Maybe a little bit more organized than average, but I'm freaking off the charts. So let's go set this to 48. Right now there's 41 PSI. So nothing wrong with the tires. It's just simple temperature change. So we set to 48. Press the button. Does its thing. I have the M12 as well, but the M18 is way better. I use the M12 mainly to fill up like volleyballs and stuff like that, basketballs. I've gone to no tire dressing on my truck tires. Unless you're gonna wash every week or every other week, it doesn't work. I'll go a second, it might cycle, and then it's good. And you need to get it off without letting all the air out. So I think this thing's pretty sweet. I'd highly recommend it. Especially, again, I don't have an air compressor here. Yeah, 40.5 PSI. All right, while that's doing its thing, let's get all the floor mats out. And I actually bought the rubber mats, even though we're in Florida. I think these are going to require a little pressure washing. So let's set these outside. I know all you guys like that gummy fledge or whatever it's called from Kosh Chemi. I don't like it. I did these floor mats with it. Not for me. These have more of a sheen to them, and so it just doesn't look as good. Oh geez. So this is part of family life. See, this kind of stuff, just, having jacked up cords, I mean, I don't know, my connections, all of my cables are always nice and organized, but what do I know? So the original plan when we first got this was, no eating in this car, and it'll be, well taken care of. And the Raptor is the one that we do all the other stuff, all the football stuff, and you can see, apparently those rules have been abandoned. In life, what I've learned to do, so, if you go back and watch other videos, I'd probably be all mad right now, but, it's just part of the deal. It gives me a problem to solve. So it's taken me a long time to get there with, having a family of not so crazy people, and to really appreciate that about them. That as a team, we make a pretty good team. Oh, okay. So this is the 33 PSI. So there might be something in this tire. We'll have to check this out. I wouldn't think. Oh, the other ones are 40. There's got to be something in there. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got some pepperoni, some Slim Jims, an empty. I'd say that's pretty dirty. Let's clean all these out while we're at it. This is my freaking nightmare. I wonder at what point, maybe I'm not a great parent, but at what point could I teach the kids to appreciate not doing this kind of stuff? And I don't know. I think it's an internal wiring. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am? I guess she's out. What do you guys think? Is it possible to, without beating them into submission? I mean, I'm sure it's something you could start early on, but I'm hoping that, when they get to a certain age, probably 16, 17, something like that, maybe they'll start to appreciate the cleanliness of, like when I was growing up, my mom was a psychopath. And we weren't allowed to do anything. I didn't do dishes, I didn't cut grass, I didn't clean anything. She would take the socks off our feet when we walked in the house and have them immediately in the laundry. And so then you would have thought, because we were coddled and didn't have to do all those chores and all of that stuff, that both my sister and I would have been delinquents. But it turned out to be the opposite. Depending on what your definition of delinquent is. We're both hyper-organized, very clean, even though my mom did everything for us. I didn't know how to wash dishes. They did it all. I didn't know how to do laundry when I went to college. I had to help some girls help me figure out how to do it. I think it'd be worthwhile to spray these all off. So I think the smart thing to do will be when we clean off the floor mats and all that so they can start drying. It's pretty chilly out today. It's like 40 something degrees. I do really like this thing though, man. It's turned out to be a great family hauler. Let's see what we're working with up front here. Not bad, not much going on here. Pretty clean. We'll do a quick little vacuuming, but nothing major. All right, let's do the floor mats first and put this away. It's pretty good with battery life too, so we filled all those up and I'm down one, barely used 1 bar of battery. So it'd be a great thing to throw in your trunk when you're traveling, if you ever, or even at the track. Take a couple of batteries if you're going to be doing a lot of adjusting. And then you could use it to fill up your flamingo rafts and stuff too. It has that. So I think what I'll do, let me grab a big brush here. This guy, which they talked me into putting in the store just for multi-purpose use. And then I think maybe we'll throw a little APC on here. Good news is I don't see anything sticky here. Do you? Looks pretty good. Just get the all-purpose cleaner working here. I'm gonna get the rest of that gummy thick stuff off of my floor mats. I know some of you really like that stuff. I don't get it. This is where the dual action press saw works really well. Okay, let's get the pressure washer going. I'm gonna put the 25 degree on it. We'll go full on dual. I'm gonna put some water in first. Oh shoot. idiot. So don't ever do that. So now my PP plug's locked, which means we gotta do this. Let the pressure out. Try not to get hit in the face with the water. So when you pressurize the thing before taking the PP plug off, it messes everything up. Almost there. So I gotta let the pressure off. Okay. It's not that bad. And don't be dumb enough to turn it on again. I may or may not have done that before. Or I said, turn it back on. Oh shoot, forgot to do it. So what you wanna do, take the PP plug out before you turn the system on, before you turn the water on. Then we turn it on. On the bonus front, I get to clean up my shelves a little bit here. Okay, back to the task at hand. I just wanted to show you how to fix that if you ever did that. You lock your PP plug on. So I'm gonna switch to the 25 degree. This is the 40, which we use most of the time. I've got my 25 sitting right here. I believe we're using 7.0 size nozzles for the dual setup. It might be 7.5. Just get a little hose going here so I have some look out the door. This is gonna be dicey. So just go straight down, it doesn't blow away like that. This is where having, may make sense to have a nozzle where you could dial up the pressure a little bit, but I mean, I'm at 4.2 gallons a minute at say 1,000 PSI. I mean, it's pretty hefty. It gets the job done. I'd say that's sufficient. I don't even need to scrub any of this. The beauty of having this, custom installed system is that I can get the system out and put it back away in minutes. This is part of the Maddie curse, is that every time I do anything, always add an hour, add an hour of piddling around. So let's get these out of their current position here. You think, the interior stays cleaner longer. Well, in my cars anyway. Next step is vacuum. This thing, I mean, the pressure washer is great. The lighting systems, the cabinets, all the stuff that we've been, developing over the years is great. But I think the very best thing, I just don't talk about it as much because I don't like vacuuming, but this hide hose, and in many ways, I actually still prefer the hose reel version. But our vacuum system, the OG vacuum, I think is the best product we have. So if you're not considering it, if you haven't thought about it, I would highly, highly recommend you consider buying the OG vacuum. It's freaking awesome. So this is the custom installed hide hose version, and then my vacuum's up in the attic. And then we're still working on accessories, but we do have a pretty decent accessory set. I have to go. One of the other things I'm going to do probably tomorrow is, I've been threatening this for a while, but I need to make my final list of all the things that I need here at home that I don't have. So this isn't the one that we sell. It's not the right one. So it's not too bad. It's just, it's been a while since I've cleaned the thing out. Although that cinnamon toast crunch thingy there is not making me very excited. These seats are vinyl. Stop saying vegan leather. There's no such thing. It's called vinyl. Vegan leather. What do they make it out of, vegetables? No, it's freaking plastic, which is probably way worse than a sustainable thing like leather. Vegan leather. What a stupid term. But this material is pretty nice. Oh boy. Oh boy. Over here. This is where a tornador would be nice, but remember I don't have an air compressor here, so you can't do that. The other brush that works really well is this one here, especially for crack. Because it's pretty gentle. I was like, oh, yo.
Secrets are.
Yep. I'm keeping my cool. Yeah. I don't know that it's quite a disaster detail, but this is the Mormon level disaster detail. As bad as I get. This is a pretty cool little storage area, though. To store what, I'm not sure, but before we put the seats up, let's wipe this off. Yeah, this is quite a bit more entailed than I was planning. Oh, Griot's Garage interior cleaner. Yeah, it's fresh up, you freaking idiot. God dang. Well, we'll get a little scent going on here. That's not an interior cleaner, that is an interior scent deodorizer. Well, maybe we need that. I'm showing you anything, the Mormons aren't perfect. That's for darn sure. This Mormon might be, but the other Mormons, not so much, people. I guess you could put this back on me because I'm in charge of maintaining the vehicles. So, interior cleaner is at Adam LZ's. So let me make one up here. This is what you need. Don't pour it that fast, you're gonna make a mess. Like I just did. Haven't been, the black bottles are the best ones. Haven't been using these because the translucent ones we can actually put a label on it. But these are the best bottle combination ever. I'll just leave that here. Okay, let's try this again. Go back to this side. The beauty of this cleaner is it leaves this magical matte looking finish like no other interior cleaner, other than maybe the P&S stuff is good. The other one would be, Color Nexet, Color Tech, what's it called? Nexet, shit. Cockpit, yeah, Cockpit Premium. Getting the wheel cleaner and the other mixed up. Well, yeah, this is definitely more than I bargained for here, bros. Not what I like to do on any day afternoon. So you can go in your normal maintenance and just use regular interior cleaner, especially on your plastic seats, but even leather as well. So normally we would treat with, if I was going to do a full interior quote unquote detail, I would actually use Color Lock. I'll show it to you. I think I have some over there. Color Lock vinyl cleaner. But despite the initial dirtiness, it's actually not that bad. It's just more superficial dust and dirt. So I'm just going to do a basic interior wipe down. This would be a, let's say we had 3 levels, full detail level 3. I'd say this is going to be a level 2. Level 1 would just be a quick vacuuming and wipe off. The good news for me is that Michelle and my kids can appreciate this. Like, they'll appreciate it, they'll like it clean. Not enough to keep it clean, but they do really appreciate it, and will be really psyched to come see that the family cruiser, the family hauler is cleaned up for them. They don't know Dad as CEO of anything. They know Dad as their slave. It's starting to get frickin' sweaty. Yeah, this Griot stuff is so good, man. It's been a while since I've done a reel. Actually had to clean an interior. Kind of got sidetracked here. Normally I would finish all the vacuuming, but as I'll keep rolling through it here. Gosh, this interior is really freaking nice. For a $76,000 truck, which we all know, it cost them a lot more than that to build this darn thing. It's pretty good. So that, let me get a fresh towel for. So I think most of you guys that are detailers that aren't working on, like just ultra high-end cars all the time, like my sister does, a lot of like normal cars, they tend to err on the side of nicer, where, a good percentage of their time is spent doing this kind of interior cleaning than paint correcting. Most normal people want their interiors cleaned. They don't care as much about the exterior. Yep. All right, let's clean the back of this thing here. Let's do this guy. Gosh, this bottle's so good. So we're hoping to have new tips, new fluorinated bottle so that the labels will stick on our next batch. So that's what we're hoping to have come our way. Then I can really start to promote the press all stuff. Down here. Gosh, I hate doing this. Have I said that? I do. So this here, you can still use interior cleaner on the screen like that, but I got a towel that I haven't wiped anything else with, so it's first wipe. Okay. Let me get my vacuum. Alright. Pretty good. The speaker, Bluetooth speaker you can take with you. You didn't know that was there? Yeah, it's super cool. Look at that. That's why this thing is amazing. It just slides up under there. Yeah, I really dig it. So, let's start with the dash. Take my shoes off. Just got another fresh towel. Screen. You could use glass cleaner as well, which would be preferred, but interior cleaner can do the same thing. You just don't want to go and do the screens last after your towels have been picking up all kinds of funky stuff. And so that I don't get my screens all sprayed again, what I'll do is just kind of get my towel. Do the dash. Some more vegan plastic. Good news is steering wheel's not looking shiny, so Michelle hasn't been performing any oily crap on our, putting any oily junk on our steering wheel, so that's good. You always gotta look for the positives, Mike, you know?
I guess if she did make it oily, you could clean it.
I'd prefer to not do that. I'd rather not show. This Griot's interior cleaner is just so good, man. It just flashes so nicely. Just like, leaves nothing behind. It just looks freaking awesome.
You can do like a pretty good interior detail with like 4 products.
Yeah, I've got a few towels, a vacuum, and some interior cleaner. But you got to remember that most interiors, as dirty as this is for me, is actually, you know, very superficial. Most interiors are freaking nasty and require lots of stuff. Look at that fingerprints, gone, gonzo. And it flashes. That kind of flash makes me happy. Where it looks wet and then whew, just evaporates away. Okay, let's do our door here. So the windows look good. I just cleaned them the last time I washed, so I'm gonna skip the windows this time. So I'll be sure that likely the next wash and interior, hopefully I won't have to do this extensive of a cleanup. Nice. Let's hit our seat. Nice dry towel, yep. Nope. Last section here, I'm going to swap out my towels. Let's do our petals and our base molding here. The petals need a brush, but I don't know that I care that much. I'll do it. Let me swap these towels. Almost looks like a Matt Mormon level vehicle here. Almost. No more eating in the car. It'll last about 15 minutes. All right. What I do want to do, get a brush. I'm not a big brush guy because I normally don't have to deal with dirt like this, but That's how you would deal with that kind of thing. Super simple. See, just like that. All right, I'm gonna clean this last jam and then we'll put our stuff back in. Done. All right, so let's see how our floor mats look. There was a couple of leftover little dust particles I wanted to get. The best part of the whole interior clean is right now. The best part. I just do a quick little Griot's interior wipe down just to get the dust from our leftover cleanup out there. Everybody's gonna be so happy. Feels so clean. And we put our mats in, we're done. Let's do a little bit of Angel Wax Bliss here before we put the stuff down. Give it a little spritz to the carpet. That'll give us a little scent. Love it. Man, what a difference an hour and a half makes. The family hauler. That's a wrap. Just in time. 4 minutes to spare before my meeting. So anyway, that's the process I use for interiors. If you go to obsessedgarage.com and check out the interior page. This one, not a lot to sell you, and this level of cleaning. The vacuum system is what you want, man. It's freaking awesome. So our accessory package is the best that currently exists. We're working to prototype and actually make our own vacuum accessories at some point here. We've scoured the earth, and just like with the spray bottles, nobody believes that it's worth spending the money. Well, we do, so we're gonna go get it done. And I think that people would actually spend money on their interior accessories for vacuuming. The other thing that's, I think, the coolest thing other than the vacuum was the tire pressure or the air tire filler. That thing's pretty sweet. So anyway, thanks for watching, and that's what you do when you have a family. You put in the work, you keep the car looking nice. If I didn't have so many cars back in the beginning, when Michelle had a car and I had a car, I would clean it every week, and it would never get to that stage. But now that we have, a bunch of vehicles, it becomes quite a bit more of a time commitment to do it. And so I don't get to them quite as often, so they do get a little bit dirtier, but that's more realistic. So anyway, thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure to go wash and talk of this as well. See you soon.